Welcome, everybody, to another edition, another episode, another week of the most interesting news in the world. Well, some news I have for you today, what we talked about last week. Wouldn't infinite being truly choose this? That is actually going to get moved till like April, the telecall with Kalpana and Simone. So, y'all that have been wanting to be there, you know, if you didn't have the money, now you don't have an excuse because you got like 4 months to start creating the money. So get to work, you mofos. And for all of you that were very excited and were like, oh my God, it's changing. Hey, how does it get any better than that? In the meantime, you could start using the tool. How does it get any, I mean, not how does it get any better than this? Wouldn't infinite being truly choose this a lot more often? Welcome to today's show. It is called How Much Are You Willing to Receive? Mostly, it's really supposed to be just, are you willing to receive? Yeah, that's what it is. Are you willing to receive? Because I wanted to do this before I did a class called How Much Are You Willing to Receive? And that changed because I didn't feel right at the time. But let me tell you, OMG, this was the very first time I did the class. How much are you willing to receive? Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Wow. So good. It's just amazing. For those of you out there that are bars facilitators, get to work. This class is way too cool. It's on your list of things that you can facilitate. My goodness. Why wouldn't you do it? It's just so much fun. But really, at the time, one of the most fun classes I've facilitated yet. And I say one of the most because I did do a Being You last year, right after Sebastian was born, and this 2-day Being You class. Wow. Actually, I think it was 2.5 day. Wow. That class was just super cool. And I love all the classes I facilitate. I just love to facilitate. So, Are You Willing to Receive is the name of our show today. And if you didn't go to if you haven't been to a How Much Are You Willing to Receive class, that means you're not willing to receive. I'm kidding. Uh, are you willing to receive? I was kind of just playing with a question, putting it out there. Like I said, I really just wanted to talk about this class slash book. So I do believe I talked a little bit about this. I am a lucky guy. I ended up narrating, that's the word, narrating the book Money Isn't the Problem, You Are. I narrated that book back in 2017, 2018 probably. Yeah, 2018, I think. um I remember the day that I was notified, hey, do you want to do this? And I was like, oh my God, I started crying. And then I started trying to read the book. I was like, I'm going to start practicing right now. And I started reading the book into my iPad because I did research. I was like, how do you do book narration and do and practice this and do it that? And I read all this stuff and I started doing it myself. And I started listening to my own recordings. I was like, man, that's terrible. I gotta practice more. And uh but the hardest part about it was I could not get through the beginning without crying. Really, and if you're like, what do you mean? Just because it just opened up so much of what I knew was possible, and I know is possible. And you're like, well, I didn't even know what you're talking about. Well, if you get a chance to listen, well, all you got to do is go to audible.com and you can listen to 5 minutes of a sample of my reading of that book if you want to listen to English. And that's actually that 5 minutes right there. That's the 5 minutes that I was like, I can barely get through this. I can without just totally crying. So I still wasn't able to get through it without crying, reading it at home. It was when I showed up at the studio, I was like, keep it together, Connor. And read through it with success. And it's not even that the crying was so much of an issue. I literally couldn't even get the words out, which is kind of a testament to how much I was not willing to receive. I'm definitely willing to receive more now. How much am I willing to receive now? Like 10% of what's possible for me or less, maybe about 10%. Wow, that's actually a lot more than I expected. So how much are you willing to receive? Like right now, what percentage are you willing to receive that's actually of what's actually possible for you? Which is kind of interesting because you asked that kind of a question, and I'm like, reach over here. You're kind of like, well, infinite is possible. I mean, it's like you said earlier, Connor, would an infinite being truly choose to limit how much they were receiving? I'll ask you the same question. Would an infinite being truly choose to limit how much they were receiving? And no, I don't believe they would. I do believe an infinite being would really be able to receive everything. I do not know why, but this whole, to would an infinite being truly choose this, that whole conversation, it makes me think of The Simpsons. And there's an episode of The Simpsons where Homer is getting really high on marijuana, and he walks over to Flanders' house, because Flanders is the guy that goes to church all the time and talks about Jesus all the time. And he goes, Flanders. Well, he doesn't say it like that because he acts like he's high. He's like, I can't do that right now. Acting like I'm high is just so slow. And he goes to Flanders and he goes, could God, actually, I guess I can do it. Could God microwave a burrito so hot that he himself could not eat it? Now, it's interesting because I tell that now, and when I was young and I first saw that episode, I didn't actually get that question. I was like, that doesn't make sense. And then I went to university, and in university, I took a philosophy course. I took a course on philosophy. I was excited. I thought philosophy was cool. And I took this course on philosophy, and boy, are those guys idiots. Oh my God, talk about mental masturbation. Jesus Christ. Why is it mental masturbation? It's like, wow, look, whoops, I shouldn't do that. I don't know. Yeah, wow, look at how cool I am. I'm thinking and thinking and thinking. It's like, mental masturbation is like, we call it mental masturbation because you're not actually having sex. You're just sitting there by yourself, like thinking away and enjoying your thoughts and thinking that your thoughts are so awesome and cool. When if you actually got out there and like applied them, it's just no, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, philosophy, because it's a philosophical question, Homer's question, because they're like, if there is a God that is all powerful and it's blah 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 blah, which is called syllogism. This act of thinking things through and I want to say philosophical. Being philosophical is not a being; it's a thinking. And if you're thinking, you're stinking. Yeah. And which really just means if you're thinking, you are not receiving. Okay. You're receiving pretty much only what your thoughts will, only that which matches your thoughts. Wow. Wow. Like, so what if that was true receiving? Was the willingness to receive whatever didn't match your thoughts and go, wow, how does it get any better than this? What else is possible now? And so in philosophy class, they like went through all these, thought problems. And boy, do I find thought problems annoying. Okay, apparently I have a point of view about thought problems. So this is what you do when you realize that you have an energy on something. And I realize I have a lot of an energy. I have like some resistance and reaction and some like stickiness going on. Oh, so just a reminder for those of you that may not know, that which sticks you is a lie, or it's a truth with a lie attached. The truth could be spoken and the lie is unspoken, or whatever. There's all sorts of variations to this. But the truth of the matter is that anything that sticks you is there's a lie. And this philosophy jargon and mumbo jumbo, I'm just like, oh, this is like it's super sticky. It's just a boatload of lies. So yeah, so all the lies creating you not receiving. Oh my goodness, that feels really nice. Who destroy and create it all? Times the God's end. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all, nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. That's a really good one. I'm gonna loop that. I'm gonna put that on loop. What do I mean by put it on loop? I record it, and then I put it in an app that I can just hit the little button, and it like looks like this, almost like a recycle sign, but just with 2 arrows, not 3. And then when you hit it again, it has a little number 1 at the top, and then so it loops the one song until you are like, I can't handle this anymore. Or you're like, my goodness, that's annoying. What did I say? How many lies are you using to create not receiving? Well, I already forgot the process. That pretty much means that the process worked. I'm gonna have to go back through and listen to this just so I can find that process, because I forgot what it was. So this isn't, would an infinite being truly choose this is a tool. Okay, it's a tool. It's not a reality. Well, I mean, it is a reality, but it's not like a, well, it isn't a reality. Because would an infinite being truly choose to have a reality? Huh? Huh? The answer to that is no. What do you mean, Connor? Reality is anything where 2 or more people align and agree with a point of view. Now, that also includes if someone resists and reacts. So if you have one person that's like, this is the way something is, and the next person is like, no, it's not. Basically, what you have in the United States, like Democrats and Republicans, like everything that the Democrats are like, this is the way it is, and this is the way it shouldn't be. The Republicans are the exact opposite. So they can basically create a fucking reality. That's like one reality, not even like multiple. Multiple would be nice. There is a candidate, independent, RFK Jr., who is actually someone that's willing to have multiple realities, which is nice. Oh boy, because boy, are there ones that are showing up now, just a boatload of, it's like minced meat. So okay, after I was so rudely interrupted, no, I do love, God, consciousness really has your back. My back, actually, I should say, mine. I don't know. Maybe you're not willing for consciousness to have your back, so I can't really speak for you. And there's a vacuum cleaner going on in the background, so yeah, I hope you don't hear it. Because we're moving house, moving to a new, bigger places, bigger, better possibilities. Now, I say consciousness really has my back because, it's like, would an infinite being truly choose this? How to apply it? Like I said, we were so rudely interrupted. Would an infinite being truly choose this is really one of the best ways it's applied is to like you. Not like would an infinite being truly choose to live in a small apartment? Because it's not would an infinite body choose this, because the body's the one that's in the apartment. The being is too fucking big to be stuck in a tiny ass apartment. It's not really possible. Like that's the definition of infinite, is you're not confined to the body or even like the room you're in, or even the city you're in, or even the planet you're in, or even the universe you're in. Whoa, I hadn't really ever looked at it that way before. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Wow. I have been trying to confine myself to the universe that I thought I was in. Holy cow. Now I can just be like, whoa, that's better. Huh, cool. Thank you for rudely interrupting me. That was actually really good. I'm actually super grateful for it. That was super awesome. Because I was like, I never get upset about these kind of things, yet I felt really upset. And feeling, anytime you feel upset, you really need to listen to Gary's telecall called Feelings. Truly nothing more. Yeah. Because wouldn't infinite being truly choose to get upset? No. Well, unless they knew that getting upset was going to create something in someone else's world that created more for everyone involved. Wouldn't infinite being truly choose that? Yeah. Like one time I was trying to get on an airplane and they wanted me to, they're like, nope, sir, you can't get on because your bag is not legal. And I was like, oh, no, it is. Oh, no, you do not get to let me not on the airplane. And they still held me off of my airplane that I was supposed to be on. But I called the company that made my bag and I got it. And the person that I talked to was like, let me get my supervisor on. And the supervisor came on. This is in Australia. And the supervisor came on and was like, and she was a cunt, like my favorite kind of cunt. She was awesome. And when I say cunt, I mean Australian. I'm saying Australian. Like people say that word all the time in Australia, so it's okay. And she was just like, so I'm on the phone with her, and she was just like, I could tell her energy was like instantaneous. I'm gonna kill a motherfucker. And then the phone call went to the people behind the desk, and then the phone was brought over to the guy that was dealing with me, and the phone was given to him, and he went from like being like, I'm way cooler than you, to like, I'm super pale and oh my god, I'm so sorry. uh Let me give you money for all the troubles we have caused you, and do. They should have given me more. They should have given me an extra flight for free for fucking keeping me from being able to get on the flight. Assholes. So wouldn't infinite being truly choose this is like, wouldn't infinite being truly choose to not be happy? I like how we went from "Are you willing to receive" to "Would infinite being truly choose this?" Because, well, it's actually a great conversation. Would infinite being truly choose to not receive? Would infinite being truly choose to receive this? Would an infinite being truly choose to let someone, put them down? Well, not necessarily, but like, an infinite being would also be aware of how, if someone said something, like say someone says something about you, and you are also aware of what future that creates based on what everybody else, all of their judgments and what they're thinking and what they're perceiving. And and then you could be like, oh, I've been trying to like save people. I've been trying to like not kill the people that want to kill me. Huh. Wow. That's cool. Because if you're not willing, see, it's interesting that we're going through all of this kind of conversations because, especially because this is like a TV show. You guys should have paid me some money for this. You were getting all of your money's worth right now. So if you're not willing to kill someone, if you're not willing to receive someone that's going to kill you, and you're not like, if you're not willing to kill someone, then you're not really going to be willing to receive someone killing you. That's just, I'm not saying this is a philosophical concept. I'm saying this is like noticing it in practice. Like this is just what people choose. You can be someone that's like, I'm not killing that person. But notice that's like a choice, as in like, no, I wouldn't do that. If you're like that, then you're the person that's like, people are constantly killing you. I'm talking about me right now. And like, no, I want to be nice and everybody's going to be happy and everything. And which also makes me realize when I played American football, I actually showed up as me a lot because I was willing to kill everybody on the field. Because I was like, well, within the confines of the boundary of the sport, that's the name of the game. Welcome. You come in here, you're in my territory. And if you get messed up, it's your fault because you walked in on this line. So maybe I just need to tell people, hey, you is within my universe. Sorry. Not sorry. So if you're not willing to kill, people are gonna walk up and kill you. So would an infinite being truly choose to not be willing to kill someone that was gonna kill them? No. And actually, I'm giving responses, and that's just what I'm aware of. You can respond with whatever you're aware of. You want to ask yourself, would infinite being truly choose this? And a lot of people apply it to, would infinite being truly choose this computer? Oh, and then now I need to like judge myself because I should have a better computer. Would infinite being truly choose to like eat that kind of not good food? Like I've heard facilitators of access consciousness say these things to me, and it never felt light. As I said before, anything that sticks you is a truth with a lie attached. The truth is, they're a facilitator. The lie is that they know what they're fucking talking about. The truth is they got the certification because they did the fucking, they walked the necessary stuff. Not that they know anything, which is true with every profession and every certification. So if you think that someone's a doctor and that they're smart because they're a doctor, I feel sorry for you. Wouldn't it be truly choose that? So it's not, I'm just doing my best to assist and contribute to you, applying it to where it's actually contribute to you. So not necessarily, hence the reason is would infinite being choose this. So it's not the things that are associated with your body, more your being and your choice of being. Like, would infinite being truly choose to be sad? Could, if you know, your dad just died and you really loved your dad and he was great to have around. Would you choose to be, would infinite being truly choose to be sad for like 10 years? No. I'm pretty sure they would get over it. Yeah, and if you notice how I just looked in a circle really funny, I'm like, well, because time is also weird. I'm like 5 seconds, 10 years. Like, the fuck is the difference? All right. I personally feel, got it, that I've been talking too long, which is kind of my sense that as far as I'm good, I could just apparently, normally I couldn't talk that much, but apparently today I could sit here for a long time and talk to all of you out there. So I hope I gave you something. I hope I contributed to you some way. I hope you received something from today's show. Are you willing to receive? The truth of the matter is you are. Let me just tell you that much. If you're here right now watching this show, you are willing to receive. If you're alive, you're willing to receive. Even if it's a very tiny amount, you are definitely willing to receive. So if anyone's ever told you you're not willing to receive, it's a fucking lie, because it's not really possible to get along without receiving at least a little bit of something. Could be bad shit, but it's something. So, okay, everybody, this has been me, Connor Hill, your host of the most interesting news in the world. I get it. We didn't really talk about much news. I guess news in access consciousness, my kind of news, and actually the kind of news I do like to. Oh, yeah, I think you should all check out the movie RFK Jr. biography, something like that. There's a biography, if you Google it. Oh, it's called The Real Robert Kennedy, maybe, or maybe the real RFK Jr.com. A movie about him. I think it's pretty cool. I like it. So it's entertaining. So this has been, oh, right, access stuff. So Gary and Dane and Simone are finishing up certified facilitators in Australia in a few days. Dane is in the middle of his relax call. And boy, I got to tell you, this relax program, it's odd. And I mean that in a really good way. I'm not saying relax program is odd. I realize that the way I said that makes it sound like I'm saying the relax program is odd. What's odd is not the relax program, but it is kind of, because it's weird, because it's spirit, fate, or destiny. But odd kind of makes it sound like it's like not a good thing. So odd is that different, is that I am listening to those calls in a very different way. Like in everything previously, I would be like, oh, I gotta listen to this, like pressure to push against, and like, oh, I better listen to these things so I can get conscious. And then I would like listen to something. but I'm listening to these even more than I did then, but I'm not listening to them with this like, oh my God, listen. I'm just like, "Ugh." I just like turn it. It's like I'm not even like do it. It's just like, and then it's like, it's like fucking easy. Wow. Like lots of things are getting lots of easier. Wow. So there might still be a chance to join if you would like to join the Relax program. It's 2 or 3 months or something. Yeah. And then after the Relax program, man, there's a lot going on. There's some really cool stuff. Grace Douglas just finished an advanced body class in Geneva. She's off to do a choice for possibilities in New York with Kalpana. She's also got another one announced, a advanced body class announced in Denver at the end of June. I'll be here in Russia in June, St. Petersburg, baby, for the choice for possibilities in St. Petersburg with Simone Milasas. I'm going to be doing symphony sessions. Yeah. Yeah. I have a foundation before then. Got some other things going on before then too. And I'm trying to think of some other stuff that's going on. So I apologize. Next week, I will have a lot more on the table as far as what you can choose and where you can go and what I think is the most interesting news in the world. Heck, I hope you got something out of today. I hope it was at least somewhat entertaining or nice to have around, whatever. This is by far the weirdest show I personally believe that I've done. So until next week, the most interesting news in the world. And I have to look down here to end it.